Ready to go?
Ready.
We just start at the very beginning.
Whenever that was, yeah.
Okay, so we will start at the day before your 21st birthday.
So that would be when we went to look at the unit. That was the second time we ever looked at the unit, because we looked at it when it first came up and we just weren't in a position where we could do it. It just didn't make sense. And then the second time, which was obviously the day before the 21st, we had a look round. I don't think you're ever quite certain that it's the right choice, but it obviously was.
So then it kind of moved pretty quickly, would you say?
Yeah. I think by the time we got the keys, we got to fly down to Newcastle to sign release.
Which was the 26th of June.
Yeah, we got the keys on the same day. And then our first day at Ferguson Fitness HQ in Unit F would have been the 22nd of July, so just under 30 days, or just under a month.
That was quite a long process. That 30 days.
The 30 days, yeah, 30 days was crazy. Very big 30 days. But that was myself, Caitlin behind the camera, Mum, Dad, Hannah, Carl. Everyone was hands on deck. Andrew, your dad, Chris, your dad's friend, was there pretty much non-stop for 30 days to make sure that it got done. So yeah.
And then fast forward a little bit to the end of September, and it was the first ever HQ event day.
Yeah, that was massive for us. That was really, really cool. Lululemon, when we went down to meet Lululemon for the first time, that was just crazy. I think everything happened so fast. Obviously we had the gym opening. There was a massive hype about the gym. The first video that we put on Instagram went down really, really well. Going down and then meeting the guys at Lululemon, them saying that they wanted to hold an event with us, I thought was out of this world. And then when they did come down and we put on the competition and they gave out all the prizes and the breakfast, it couldn't have been a better start for us, really. I think that's really kick-started Ferguson Fitness and put us on the map to obviously where we are now.
I know your workouts.
Only workout I can remember was it was in pairs. We had one partner hung off the rig for as long as they could, whilst the other partner was waiting to go into a plate hold. So their partner held on the rig as long as it could, and then as soon as it dropped, the plate hold went straight up, and then their combined time was the score. I remember that one being quite a cool one, but then I think we've done probably a million workouts since then, so I definitely don't know all the workouts.
Then it was Halloween.
Yeah, that was our first proper in-house comp, which I think personally, probably looking at all the events we run now, was probably a bit of a disaster. Everyone went pretty much to the wall on the first workout wanting to win. It was their first kind of taste of competition in the gym, like proper competition against each other, and everyone just hit that first workout with the Echo Bike well too hard. Good job we had 1 pound of electrolytes that day, because there was a lot of people needing some electrolytes back in after that first workout. And also it's quite a weird one, because we set up, we were still pretty fresh, you're getting to know everybody, they're getting to know us, and then one day everybody turns up at the gym in fancy dress and you can't recognise anybody. It was quite weird, but it was mint. Like, the effort that got put in for that comp from day one, I think again has probably set the tone to where we are now.
Skipping again, then it'll be the first ever Christmas Rumble.
First ever Christmas Rumble.
Which was a lot more plain sailing.
That was good. Yeah, we obviously learned from the first time and learned how to make a better event and put stuff on. I remember we made the lines with tinsel. I think Caitlin would probably have a flip now if we did the lines for the lanes with bits of tinsel, but it worked at the time. It was mint.
And barbells. It was tinsel and
barbells, wasn't it? That made the lanes for teams to go in. But then we went with Chelly's after. and that was really good to sit down with everybody and have a meal and things like that. And I thought that was really nice. So yeah, that was a cool event.
Actually, I think Christmas was one of the coolest workouts you did, because that was that was when we put in with like the wall balls over the rig and stuff like that.
We made it quite fun, didn't we? It's quite engaging.
More of like
more of a
less
fun
competitive, yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, I think the first Halloween comp was probably
Let's
too
do
competitive.
something to bring everyone back in.
Yeah, we had to make something a little bit more fun. So that was good. Yeah.
And then our Alice joined.
Yeah.
In January.
Alice, known as A Coaching, she joined us in January, was it? Yeah.
Yeah, Jan.
Alice was a member since day dot. Walked through the door from day dot. She used to work at the bakery and used to bring me down bread and
chocolates
and everything, which definitely didn't sway us to letting her work here. But yeah, Alice, it was a no-brainer to bring Alice on board. Really, she was a member from the start. She knew where I wanted to go with the gym. She knew what standard we wanted to hold with inside the gym, because she'd been on the member side of it, so she knew what was expected on that side. She knew what she wanted from a member's point of view. And then, yeah, when she came on board, like, she just absolutely smashed it. I think the members we've got here absolutely love her. Loved her then, still love her now. And yeah, it was an absolute no-brainer bringing on Alice, and now she's been with us more than a year. What is it now?
Year and a half?
Year and a half, something like that. And yeah, she's absolutely flying. So.
And then in February was the Heck collab.
Yeah, that came out of nowhere as well, to be fair.
That's a good one.
Again, I mean, I'm sure we're showing you videos of the old gym, but Heck pulled up in a big van and wanted to collab with us and do a workout, and then they had a new
it was a burger.
chicken burger that they were launching. And they're like, yeah, we'll come and cook the chicken burgers for your members after the workout. So I thought it was mint. So they rocked up in a big van. I thought, oh, I meant they're going to cook outside. And they're like, oh no, we're going to come in and cook inside. And it was like a little tiny room.
With no windows.
Windows that are half opened, an office above us. I was like, oh yeah, sweet, yeah, come in and cook. But it worked, like, it was mint. It was really good to collab with them guys. I think people really enjoyed that one. We didn't make that one competitive, we just made that a big fun, engaging workout, a bit more of a community builder day. And yeah, I think people are still buying Heck sausages from it. So I think, obviously, from their point of view, it really worked.
Everyone still talks about that one.
Yeah, that was really good.
Really good. Because there was food involved.
Yeah, free food. It's always a good incentive.
And then at the end of February 2024,
yeah,
that was when we started our partnership with Elite.
Yeah, that was, again, I think every day back in the day, I mean still now every day is a bit of a learning day, but when Elite wanted to come on board and work with us and we were like a stockist, we didn't really have anywhere to stock their products. But we had so many people using Elite scripts at the time, it was basically a no-brainer to collab with them, and we now get money off, and our members get the products for slightly cheaper, which is really good. Since then, they did tell me how much we spent with them, which was mental. I want to know. How much money we spent with Elite, so it's been quite good. But then Elite is still, to this day, helping us out. They took us to Madrid when they launched a new shoe, and then they gave all the staff members a pair of shoes, which was, we can't thank them enough for that. And then for our Mayhem mixer, which again, I know I'm probably jumping a bit early then, but they gave us loads of prizes for that, and they have for other competitions. So to work with Elite has been amazing, and I definitely have not regretted it and do not regret partnership with them.
And then I think you kind of we just lived in the gym for a little bit, and then the next main thing that happened would have been the first birthday. What,
from February to July?
Yeah, we just did it was just run clubs and
we did a few
sim
run clubs.
Days, stuff
they were
like
good.
That.
Run clubs were really good. They were good fun.
Yeah. Some rainy Sundays.
Yeah, there were some miserable days. We did some run clubs in, but we didn't open a Sunday, so that was a good little filler we did. Instead of running the Sunday, we ran a run club, which was something different. Which they were good fun. First birthday was unbelievable. Like the competition we had in the gym, It's probably the birthday one's probably the more serious competition we do. Not serious competition, but the one that people are up for, and we try and make it quite challenging. A few members in particular, like there's one moment where one of our members was hitting toast bar like consecutively, and like nobody had ever seen him do toast bar before, and he cracked out like 10 toast bar, and I think the whole room was on their feet, clapping, cheering, everybody was just around each other. I mean, again, I don't know in the videos that you can see at home how small the first gym was, but we probably had about 50 people, spectators, members, you know, athletes in that room cheering on, and like just the atmosphere was just like electric, was absolutely mint. That first birthday was really, really cool. By then we probably knew that we were moving though, did we?
Yeah, so we announced just before then, just to the members, that we were doing something in here, but we'd shown them like the shell.
So we'd brought them in by then.
We'd brought them in, but there was nothing in here except some camping chairs.
Yeah, oh yeah, because you got everybody for the first birthday to put stuff in here as like a base. But yeah, we obviously showed the members what was happening. It was pretty hard. I mean, again, it's probably hard to see on here, but our new unit now, the unit I'm sitting in now, is 10 metres away from our old unit. So having to try and hide that from the members, knowing that it might go through, might not go through, you know, not wanting to promise a world that we're moving, but we weren't. But then I think once we showed them all in before the birthday comp, and then had it open as a shell for people to come in for the birthday comp, was pretty cool.
And then at the end of July was when we announced to everyone that you were moving.
On Instagram.
Yeah, the big announcement.
Yeah, that was really cool. Obviously we had quite a lot of build up for the first gym, but when the second gym went out, Caitlin, you did a brilliant video on like showing Hexham, and then showing that something big was coming to Hexham, and then we had the big garage shutter door. I don't know why, but since working as PT, I've always wanted a gym with a roller shutter door, and we've got a massive one, which is really, really cool, and I'm really excited about that. I don't know why, but it was pretty cool, the roller shutter door coming up, and then you could obviously see the gym inside. Yeah, that was a mint video. I think everyone loved seeing that, and then it just means in a bigger unit we could let more people in. We could give the Ferguson Fitness experience to more members, and we could do more things, and you know, we could just give back to people a little bit more, which again, moving in this place that I'm sitting in now was another no-brainer really.
Then what day was it? The 15th of August was the first day of the new HQ.
In here?
Yeah, but we had no open gym.
No open gym yet, yeah.
And there was still mats at the front door.
Yeah. Building a gym, stressful. I thought moving the gym would probably be easier, but that was probably the most stressful part. Getting the old gym down and away, getting new equipment. We needed more equipment for this. That was quite scary. To try and buy new equipment and measure it out and make sure what fit and what didn't fit. There's always problems along the way. I don't think we've ever done anything building a gym wise that stuff doesn't go wrong. I think people out there, you know, who've got gyms and, you know, done this before will know the little things at a time, and now looking back on, they are minute things. Like there wasn't any glue for the track, so we didn't have anything to stick the track down with. It's not a biggie, but at the time it feels massive and it feels like a big stress. I think out of the 8 bay rig we've got, one crossbar wasn't in, and again, the rig still worked. It wasn't going to fall down without one crossbar. It just looked a bit ugly, and it wasn't what we wanted. Open gym was delayed a little bit. That was fine. That's expected. But then the mats was the big thing. Obviously mats and flooring, nobody probably quite appreciates that, but the mats are probably the biggest thing when it comes to building a gym. They're definitely the most expensive thing when it comes to a gym. But we've got big 30 mil mats, and we were having to give back our old mats to part exchange them for our new mats, but then they brought too many new mats here. So then basically when we were trying to show the gym off and people were coming through the door to look at a new gym, there was about 130 kilo mats at the front door, and I think the first ever class kicked off at 5:30, and probably 5:25 we were loading these big 30 kilo mats on the back of the wagon. So that was stressful and pretty tight turnaround. But again, it got done. Like, it gets done when everybody puts a mind to it and gets stuck in, and yeah, we pulled it off. That was a good first day. But yeah, there was no open gym, so obviously the Olympic lifting platforms we had, they weren't there. But it meant we had a bigger space. I think we opened up the classes to like 20, did we? Maybe did a few classes of 20 that night, and it was just, yeah, it was really cool, really good to get people in a new space and moving, and then that made it feel more official that we'd actually moved. But it was weird, we had no TV or anything, so it was like back to like, even though we made this big move and you know, we wanted more equipment and it was a bigger gym, we had to go back to basics, and we were like, roll the workout on the whiteboard because we didn't have any TVs fitted. It was me and Alice at the time doing the class, and we were like, where do we stand? Where do we coach from? What do we do? Where do we put people? Like, so that was quite funny. Like, in hindsight, we've now got a little routine. We know where we are, but at the start, it was like
it was too big.
Yeah, what do we do with the space? Like, it's massive, but we've definitely fit in now, so that's good.
And then a week into the new gym was the Taylor Howe Women's Day.
Right, yeah, that was good. Again, for what we do here, functional fitness, there's nothing like it in the area. So the majority of members we've had through the door, this is their first taste of fitness, first taste of functional fitness, first taste of a barbell. Like, and then to have someone so experienced in the sport like Taylor Howe, who came in, obviously a Rogue Invitational athlete, and a very well-known CrossFit athlete around this area, to have her in and share her knowledge of training and what she's done and how she's found training, I think for the women in this gym was invaluable. The things they learned from her was amazing. I think everyone really enjoyed that day. To see probably people getting sick of listening to me, so to have somebody there who's competed, who's done everything, it was quite nice for our members to listen to somebody like that. It was obviously hopefully quite inspirational.
And finally, open gym was installed start of September.
Yeah, that was mint. I was really excited for that. Again, another little thing, I've always wanted Rogue calibrated plates. We've got them now, so that's really cool. They're like bulletproof. I don't think they'll ever break. We'll probably have them in the next 20 years.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. But yeah, that came, and we got them up pretty much straight away. We worked with Black Box on that for the open gym side of things. And yeah, the Olympic lifting platforms we've got and the rig is pretty bulletproof. We've got it branded, and then obviously the plates as well. So it's just a nice area. The other gym was far too small to open gym. It would just never work. And I think from the motto from the start of what we wanted to do is we've never wanted to put like half energy in anything. You know, if something's going to be done, it's done properly. So it meant waiting probably a month. Was it?
Yeah.
Was it a month?
Probably just
extra. But I feel personally that's better waiting a month and making sure once we do something, we do it properly. So now there's a proper area for people to come in, train themselves. They can do qualifiers in their own little space. They can come and do their own program, their own training. They can do it alongside a class. They can do it instead of a class. So now we've got a proper space for people to come in and use the gym as an open gym, which is a good addition. And that's probably one of the moving factors, or one of the factors why we wanted to move into a bigger space.
And then it was time for, I don't even know if I can call it a holiday because you were still working the whole time you were there, but Madrid for 48 hours.
Yeah. Well, it was the first time we went to a different country. That wasn't, well, probably the first time. Yeah, first time we went on a plane since opening the gym. We were there 48 hours. The leads put on, again, looked after us really well. Put on a great event, showcasing their new shoe. That was really cool. Again, meeting gym owners that wasn't just gym owners, you know, locally, that was gym owners all over the world, that had partnered up with Elite. So meeting people like that was really nice to see. You know, we're all going through the same thing. We've all got the same job, really. So it was nice to bounce off a few other other people there. And the shoes were really good, like mint shoe. It was really good to see. They had a few CrossFit athletes there who were demoing the shoe. We had free beer, free fit aid, and the food was brilliant. Yeah, I don't think we could fault going out to Madrid. And it was nice to change the scenery. Yeah, it was a little bit of work, but we also got a little bit of holiday out of it, which was nice as well.
And then we got back from Madrid and Rachel started.
Yeah, so Rachel at the time had just newly qualified. She'd been down again for a couple of sessions and training with us a little bit. And again, just her love and passion for functional fitness. She competes loads. Again, it was a pretty much no-brainer to bring her on board as well. With the bigger unit, we're now open all day long, just about from 6 a.m. in the morning to 7:30 at night. So got to the point where me and Alice couldn't do that really, or couldn't do that to the best of our abilities to make sure we ran that just with 2 people. So we had to bring a third person in. And to be fair, we would have still brought Rachel in. She's absolutely amazing. She's been really good with the members. From her side of things, it was probably quite difficult joining us because she wasn't originally part of the gym. She kind of come from the outside in. But you would never ever tell that in a million years, the way she just got in, started teaching people, started coaching people, started getting stuck in with the members, learning the members' names. And I think now, she's part of the furniture, which is brilliant.
Time for Haunted HQ, the second Halloween competition.
Second Halloween competition.
Just teams of 3.
Teams of 3, yeah, that was quite... Again, that was a fun one. I think the Halloween ones are always quite fun because everyone gets dressed up for them. There's not many competitions where you come and do the workouts in fancy dress. And again, some of the fancy dress that comes through the door.
And we banned glitter this year.
We definitely banned glitter this year, yeah. And face paint. Well, not face paint, but I remember with the first Halloween party when we were cleaning the wall balls, there was a face imprint on the wall ball. But yeah, it's just dead fun. We're all adults. I don't think anybody goes trick-or-treating anymore. We'll probably go trick-or-treating with their kids. So it's quite nice. They were getting dressed up, having our own little Halloween party in the gym. It's just always a good laugh. So yeah, that was good. Long may they continue.
Next. So then it will have been in November, the Sweat Social collab with Method.
Yeah.
And CrossFit Tyneside?
Tyneside were there, yeah. Box Fitness were there as well. That was a cool event. That was nice. So that was basically to raise money for Movember, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. So we got all the members who did the event. It was in pairs. All the members who did the event got a t-shirt, a Ferguson Fitness t-shirt with the Movember logo on. And they could not remember the workout, but it was each station pretty much, no, it wasn't max effort, was it? It was a set amount, and you moved through the room. So you started on the C2 bike,
1,500 meters,
moved to the row, moved to the bike. I mean, all I can really remember is finishing on the Echo bike, which was obviously awful. I'm sure it was 100 calories to finish on the Echo bike, and you had nothing left in you. But it's nice, events like that where gyms can come together and put on an event, and all the different members can mix, all the coaches can mix. It's a really nice event. I think that should probably be done more in the fitness industry. 100% should be done more in the fitness industry. So stuff like that comes up again, we'll definitely jump at the chance to do that and collab with other gyms and do more events. So yeah, but yeah, that was good fun. Didn't see Jamie want to do any fitness but apart from that.
Then you'll see him do some fitness soon, to be fair.
Right, yeah, the mayhem mix up, I won't jump at that yet.
Then it was the Rogue Invitationals, which was a week later.
Is it? Yeah, when we went up to Aberdeen. That was cool. I mean, Rogue, I've been following the sport of CrossFit for however long. We had events like Strength and Depth in here. I worked a couple of Strength and Depth events with Nocco. But to have the Rogue Invitationals in Aberdeen was absolutely amazing. Going up and seeing Rogue in the stalls, going to see all the different vendors, Concept 2 were there, to see the athletes physically compete at that sort of standard, see the strongmen compete. We saw 1 million people that we knew up there from just around here, was class. We trained across at Aberdeen. Now Rob, who owned CrossFit Aberdeen, he taught me through my level 1 CrossFit course, which was in Glasgow. And ever since then, I just really want to go see his gym and visit that gym. So that was cool to do. We bought an echo bike as well. Travelled all the way up Aberdeen and bought an echo bike off the competition floor, which again, because I'm dead nerdy about CrossFit, I think that's really cool. I had all the athletes competed on this Rogue Echo bike that we now have in the gym.
Had chalk on it.
What's that?
It
had chalk on it from the event. That is washed off now, definitely. But yeah, like to have the opportunity of having the stuff that the pros used, to have that in our gym now, I think that's really cool.
Trained with Matt Fraser.
Trained Matt Fraser, God, yeah, how did I forget that? Yeah, we did a sign up to HWPO's training session up in Aberdeen, and
at the event.
At Rogue Invitationals, yeah. And I was just like training, and you know, everyone else is just there and talking, you know, where you're from, and you know, there's loads of different icebreakers and stuff like that. Which Matt Fraser just walks around the corner and it's like, oh Keith, can I jump in this one? And I think everyone in the room was like, no way is Matt Fraser gonna jump in. So I think there's a couple of photos which we might stick on there. Me like warming up next to Matt Fraser. We got a photo of Matt Fraser. He signed one of our t-shirts for Ferguson Fitness. That was an experience that, you know, one of the 5-time fittest in the world. The train with him was mint. I mean, I was absolutely nowhere near. I even beat him in the warm-up. I was absolutely nowhere near him. There was a few people like kind of like ran out the gate to try and beat him at the start, and like, even though now he's retired, like the level of fitness is unbelievable. So, but that was like, what an opportunity that was, like unbelievable, really, really cool. So yeah.
And then the Christmas comp, back to reality. Christmas comp.
That's
that
when
sponsored by...
Yeah, it was sponsored by Ethos, which is now better known as Kudu. We did a little bit different that one. We gave each coach a team. So it was my team, which was the red team. Rachel ran the green team and Alice ran the white team. And we ran it as a normal competition, but every workout you did it with a different member of your team. So it was trying to socialise more people into the gym. And then you were competing for your team. You weren't competing for your individual self or your partner. You were competing to collect points for your team. And then at the end of the 3 or 4 workouts, whatever we did, we had a winning team. So it meant more people could stand on the podium, more people trained with the other people. And I think we'll probably continue that with Christmas ones.
Yeah, it made it a little bit less competitive, which was nice.
It was
made it more...
Yeah, I don't think anybody's... This is probably quite bad to say, but anybody's that bothered about competing near Christmas. There's a million other things on. How many social events are on? Like, everybody knows themselves. Like, people who do functional fitness, we're not monsters. Like, we have a social life, we do other things. But that was just so fun. Again, it was the emphasis of working for a wider team rather than just yourself. It meant less pressure, I think. I think people felt less pressured. There was more going on at one point, so people weren't being looked at as much. You know, there weren't like 1 or 2 people competing at a time. There was like 6, 7, 8 people competing at one time, which was good. And like you said, then it meant more people could stand on the podium, which is always a bonus.
It was the New Year, January, and it was the collab with Clara Nickel and In-House.
Right, yeah, God, yeah, that seems
feels
that
like
wasn't this
not
year.
this
Yeah,
year.
no, that feels ages ago. But yeah, that was really cool. So one of the local chefs called Clara Nickel. We basically did a workout here. After the workout, we went across to In-House. Now we do loads of events with In-House, which are a bathroom kitchen company, but a really high-end bathroom kitchen. The stuff they do is, you know, to the top level, which is really nice. So it's a really nice space to go across and use for debriefs and, you know, post-comp things and stuff like that. But yeah, we teamed up with Clara Nickel. She does the best brownies ever. Will sometimes brings in the brownies for the Saturday session, and they are absolutely unbelievable. So we did an event where we did, again, the fun fitness thing in here, get as many people to work with each other as we could, and then we went across there and Clara put on breakfast and showed some little demos on some healthy ideas and snacks to keep people motivated. When everyone's kind of got that health kick in January, it was something to try and give back to people and try and, you know, show people different options. And I think that event went really well. There's a couple of people from that event who had never done the gym before and never been here before, who are now members of 7, 8 months or whatever we are now.
Done the comps.
Done comps, yeah, like, great. Put more events on like that and push ourselves out into the wider community. is giving people the opportunity to come down and see us and see what they're missing out on, really. So yeah, we'll definitely be doing more events with Clara.
Increase the class size
Yeah,
and put Sunday classes on, which obviously, of course, meant that we brought Jordan on.
yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so going to increase class sizes. Now, what I wanted to do, I didn't want to rush anything. There was so much change going on within the gym that to add extra things all at once would just make things chaos. So what we did and what I wanted to do was come into a gym and make sure we were settled. Me and Alice and Rachel were all settled. We were in a routine. We knew where we were. We knew how busy the classes were. We knew what classes, times people attended and stuff like that, and how the open gym was going. So we took a bit of time to settle into that. And then, it just got to the point where we needed more space. We needed more classes. Obviously, we had 12 people in the other gym. We opened a new massive gym, and we didn't make the class sizes any bigger. So it didn't make any sense, but it was just for me to really settle in and not rush anything. So yeah, we upped the classes from 12 to 16. I mean, we've got an 8-bay rig, so it is definitely big enough to accommodate 16. We wanted to open up a Saturday, so we wanted to open a Sunday, so 7 days a week. So then we brought Jordan on as a coach, which was brilliant. Jordan was doing some football coaching at the time and just wanted he was a PT all the way throughout, and he just wanted some extra hours coaching, being on the gym floor. So it was a no-brainer again, bringing him on for the Sunday sessions. And them Sunday sessions have gone really well. I mean, today we're filming on a Sunday, and today we had just about 2 full classes. So obviously people want to train on Sunday, the demand's there for it. And we needed Jordan in to cover that, and he's been doing really, really well so far. So yeah.
Kicked off the start of corporate days with the EGA Women's International.
Yeah. So this year, for whatever reason, we've had a lot of companies come to us to run events for their staff. I think probably gone are the days where they go on big nights out or big fancy events. They want something more team building, something that's going to improve their health, their fitness, their well-being. So yeah, we've had EGA now twice. I know I'm jumping ahead, but we've had.
Do you want to just talk about all corporate?
Yeah, could just talk about everything. So we had the EGA women in. Again, we did a big session with them guys, and then we went across to in-house for a bit of socialising, which I think is a really nice thing for companies to do, to come in, do a bit of fitness with their other colleagues, and then have a little bit of a debrief. So it's not just going out, or it's not just going playing golf, but it's something that everybody can come and enjoy. And then we did the same with the men. The male employees came across and did the exactly the same as the women did. So we've now covered all of EGA, and I'm sure we'll be working with EGA again to do more well-being corporate days with them. The next one was Tim Dalton's Day. Vicelli's. They came in. Again, Vicelli's have got the restaurant we use for the parties, like the after parties of our events. They've got Green Head, which is a hotel up on the Roman Wall, and they've got Hexham Holiday Home. So again, they've got a lot of staff members, and again, now we've started working back and forward with them to run fitness sessions for them guys, because they have some days off where instead of just kind of sitting at home not knowing what to do, they can actually come to the gym and enjoy stuff and start working out, which again is something that they didn't do beforehand, and then now they are training 3 times a week, I think, Vicelli's lot are, and they're absolutely smashing it. From the first session I've done to now, we're probably a month, 2 months into it, they're absolutely killing it, which is really good. Then it was Tim Dalton's Day, which is one of the local builders from the area. He's again got a group of 10, 12 lads who, instead of just going out and having a beer, they're wanting to come in and do a bit of fitness, which is team bonding. The stronger and fitter are, I'm sure Tim will get more work out of them. But again, it's a nice thing to do. It's something everybody can come down and do. It's something everybody can come and be involved with. And it's a bit of a laugh at the same time, like everyone coming down, doing something hard, doing something challenging, brings the team together, and it's just quite a fun day out for them, really. Hexhamshire Football Club, they did some pre-season sessions with us. Again, they were quite competitive, but obviously it's a football team. They are going to be quite competitive. They all wanted to win, so we made that one a little bit more competitive for them. And again, it's a completely different fitness to football. There's strength work involved, plyometrics involved, gymnastics involved. It's something a bit different. So I think a couple of lads maybe got a shock from just they weren't used to doing some of the stuff here. But I think again they all enjoyed it. We'll work with Hexhamshire again, and hopefully more sessions they do, the better they'll do this season, which would be good.
And if the final corporate this year was so far has been MediaWorks.
MediaWorks, yeah. MediaWorks was a massive day for us. It was a really, really good day. So MediaWorks invited some of their team all down here and some of their other clients they worked with to do a full simulation of a high rocks race, which is pretty intense. There's a lot to do.
The hottest day of the year. It
was very, very hot. But again, like, it was one of them things where everyone just got stuck into it. Like, nobody complained, nobody wanted to back off, everybody just kind of ran straight into it. We're helping each other out, you know, the teamwork and the team bonding and team morale around that day, and the atmosphere was mint, and I don't think you could get that doing anything else other than fitness. I think because everybody went through something quite hard, quite challenging, but everybody in the room had done the same thing, it was very relatable. So then when we could go across to in-house and had a bit of a debrief and a networking day after that, you know, there was a million things to talk about, and hopefully, I mean, some of the clients are quite far away from here, so, you know, we didn't expect anybody to sign up, but hopefully they've went back to their areas where they live and they've signed up to a functional fitness gym, and if they have, then our job's done.
Yeah, so we'll go back a little bit then, back to the Mayhem Mixer.
Yeah, so that was the first, Mayhem Mixer was the first external event we done. We rang up the leads and we're like, look, we're doing this thing, can you help out? I think they gave us about £600 worth of prizes, which was brilliant. It meant there was something up on the line, and that was really one of our first serious comps because we had external people coming in to do it. The workout was
5 minutes on,
5 minutes
2 minutes
on,
off.
1 minute off, 2 minutes off.
I don't know, I'll put it on the screen.
We'll have to check, but we'll put it on the screen what the workout was. But we had like ski, shuttle runs, burpees, sled push. We had echo bike in there, we had C2 bike in there, we had loads of different things in there. Again, a competition that was serious because there was good prizes on the line, but again, a competition that we focused on that everybody could do it. So the range of fitness we had in the room was people who, maybe their first thing ever. I think we did have a couple of people who got dragged into it for the first time, but then we had people like Jamie who came down and did the workout and absolutely smashed it. Again, we had a lot of people from other gyms coming down doing it. So the guys from Method came down to do it, the guys from Boxed came down to do it, and we had a couple of Scope members come down and do it. And again, it's just nice to get other people down and try something new, try something different, and compete against each other. And likewise, when these guys run events, we'll make sure that we get people across and competing. And if everyone can just do a little bit of that and help each other out, I think that's really where functional fitness comes into it. Like, we go on about so much about how functional fitness gyms, the community's being built and things like that within inside, but I think there's no reason why other communities of gyms can't mix through events like the Mayhem Mixer. So yeah.
And then pretty much takes us to the second birthday.
That we've just had. Yeah, second birthday, that was one of our biggest comps we've done. In comparison, obviously we've now got a few more members than we did right back at the start. So it was one of the biggest comps we've done, which was great. The sign-ups on that, you know, we really want to push that because it's something that people think they can't do, but because we just put a competition on it, it's like, it's no different to a class. It's just a bit more meaning behind it now. The amount of people though that we had competing for the first time was the big thing. Two people come to mind, Carl Grant and Naomi. They were on the beginner's class right back at Unit F, so the old gym. Then they both made it into the final this year for the birthday comp, and that stuff like that is why we run the gym. Like, that is absolutely amazing. Two people who'd never done fitness before, never done functional fitness, didn't know what it was, jumped on the beginner's course, went through it, worked hard for a year. They're both in pretty much religiously every week, and then they both end up in a final on the birthday comp, which is just a really nice progression to see from right at the start, right the way through to smashing that, which was cool. And then again, went to Costa Vicelli's, great after party. Great bit of socialising between the members and us as coaches and the members. And again, it was just a really fun night out.
And then finally is the RAD event last weekend.
Yeah, so again, teaming up with another big brand like RAD. They've given us 6 pairs of shoes to dish out 3 of the fastest males and females, who did the 50 cal row, 50 row balls, 50 cal bike. Some unbelievable times in that. Some people really, really dug deep and pushed themselves. Some people really wanted some new shoes. But again, just to partner up with a company like RAD, I think RAD know this, but the more help they do for gyms like us it does work. It does help us out massively, because it brings in more events. And I think people love doing events here at Ferguson Fitness. So if we can work with RAD again, that would be brilliant. Well done, the guys who won the shoes. You definitely deserved them. To see the state of some bodies on the floor suffering after the workout, they definitely deserve the new pair of RADs. But yeah, you know, working with companies and brands like that is just invaluable, really. And yeah, that's where we're up to now, isn't it?
Yeah. See what this year brings.
Year 3. We have already got some stuff in the pipeline, which I know is going to come off, which will be exciting, and we will document that. Hopefully, this is the start of a YouTube channel. That's a big hopefully. How busy the gym is running at the minute is crazy, and we'll try and keep you updated. But these first 2 years, it would have just been impossible filming everything, I think, and doing a good job on YouTube. Again, like I said right at the start, we don't want to do things by halves, so we want to make sure everything we do is proper. So hopefully this is the start of our proper YouTube channel, and you can come along for the ride, see what we do, see how the gym develops. I do wish we had started from the start, but again, I think it was just being too busy, too much of a whirlwind. So yeah, some exciting times ahead. Thank you for watching, and hopefully the next video won't be too long. So let's catch you on the next one.